Do you know how your prospects evaluate you as a vendor? You probably don't. It's time to figure it out. Good morning, everybody. Today, Ruby and myself are discussing evaluation. We talked about awareness, more than your logo, in the last video. Now we're talking about how they evaluate you. So once you've gotten over the hurdle of many hurdles, which is evaluate you because they already know who you are, what do? That's a very interesting question, and a question not enough companies know enough about. They think they know. They probably don't know. And so how does that impact what you're doing as a potential vendor for them? These are the things that most companies don't spend enough time understanding, nor do they spend enough time creating demand for who they are and what they do. So A, do you know the criteria that they would use to evaluate you against something? You might think you do. It might be a good idea to ask them. Probably a good idea. Second thing is, if you do have a sense of what those criteria, success criteria, are for you to be evaluated against some other situation, and let's be very clear, sometimes that's a competitor. Sometimes that's doing nothing. And that's a hard one. That's a hard one for a lot of companies to really think about. It's how do I get somebody to evaluate me in a world where they don't want to do anything unless they really know what they're getting themselves into. So in today's world, that's about creating demand. And so how do you create demand for what you do? By helping them evaluate who you are, where you are, what you do, why you do it, when you do it. These are the things they have to really understand at a very deep level. So in 2025 and beyond, there's this little thing called AI. And that's tearing down the walls of secret sauce. Secret sauce is becoming more and more and more and more a thing of the past. Doesn't matter what your secret sauce is. Everybody's got a secret sauce. If I'm going to buy a cola, I can buy Coke, I can buy Pepsi, I can buy RC. At the end of the day, I'm making a purchase for cola. You're the same business. You're trying to figure out how do you present to me intimately what you do in a place so that I, as your buyer, can make a decision for what you're trying to present to me. This is not easy. This is not something that you're going to cook up on a long weekend. This is thoughtful, structured ways of helping you understand how your buyers evaluate you as a vendor, and then what do they do to take that information back to the mothership. Whether I'm the sole decision maker, the entrepreneur in the room who makes the purchase, or I'm the VP who takes it to my board. Oh, we got squirrels. Or we're in a situation now where I'm an individual contributor on a team, and I'm trying to make sure that my boss knows that there's a better thing out there. And whether that's a product, a service, a suite of goods, whatever you do, let's go back to it. There is no secret sauce. Everybody knows what everybody else is doing. Pepsi knows Coke, Coke knows Pepsi, they both know RC. All of these things matter when it comes to the buyer because, again, maybe we're fighting status quo. So for you today, do you understand how these decisions get made? My contention is you do not. Secondarily, do you have an idea of how you want to present yourself in the market space? And if you do, are you creating the demand for your business by helping your customer evaluate what it is that you do in the context of a competitor or in no context at all? I don't know if I'm going to do anything. Help me. That's a big piece of the puzzle to put together. So for today, think about that. Evaluation, once they're aware you exist, is way deeper than most people think. And you have to make it as dead straightforward, as dead easy as possible for them to do that. And if you do not, and somebody else does, you lose. That's how it's got to be. All right. Ruby says, time for evaluation can take a lot, especially if you make it hard on somebody to evaluate whatever it is that you're providing as value. Don't do that. Make it easy. Be there. Be available. And then try to push that process through by creating the demand for your business that you know is going to help them get where they need to go. All right, enough for today. Walking and talking with Ruby.